Carol King. It's Friday morning. It's 5 to 10. And I'm going out. Just dropping some website orders off at the post office. And then I'm just nipping down to the supermarket. We both fancy a chicken curry for our main meal today. I have chicken in, I have curry sauce mix in, I've mushrooms, I've got onions, but we've excuse me, but we haven't got any rice. So I'm going to go down and see if I can get some microwave pilau rice. Get a couple of packets of pilau rice in and some naan bread, because we like naan bread. So that's what we're going to be doing for dinner this evening. I've already sat and worked out what I'm going to be doing for the mission inspiration for tomorrow. So it's week 28 this week. So the prompt that we've gone for this week is numbers, which will be very interesting to see what people come up with. Who's parked like an idiot? People have parked selfishly sometimes. Right. So I've just got back in to the car from the supermarket. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when I picked up a hardbacked concise dictionary like this thick for a pound from the charity stall that's inside the supermarket? It's like a little bookcase with books in, and if you want anything off the bookcase you just drop a coin, £1 for hardback and 50p for paperbacks. I got this fantastic dictionary that I can't decide whether to excuse me, whether to keep or whether to gut to use in journal pages. Well, anyway, just had another quick look on the way out, and spotted this tucked towards the back. And it's got colour plates in, colour illustrative plates in and everything. It's some black and white, some in colour, for example, like that. Yeah, some absolute cool ones. How the body works, organs, the skeleton, the ear, that kind of stuff. Some cool pages there for Halloween projects. So it's Sunday afternoon and I've kind of weirded myself out today. I'm a little bit kind of shaken, a little bit unsettled. I've heard people talk about the Mandela Effect. And if you don't know what the Mandela Effect is, there's hundreds of YouTube videos all about people's experiences with the Mandela Effect. Now, it's a quick explanation, if you don't know what it is people's recollections of things happening that actually never did. So, for example, the reason it's called the Mandela Effect is that there are a lot of people who had the memory of Nelson Mandela passing away in prison. A lot of people have that memory of Nelson Mandela passing away while he was in prison. I'm not one of those people. I remember him coming out of prison. I remember him subsequently becoming president of South Africa, and all that kind of stuff. I've never experienced anything like the Mandela Effect until today. Like I said, there are lots of different instances. There are people who have different recollections about really strange stuff like Mr. Monopoly, whether it has a monocle or not, the Ford logo, things like that. What Darth Vader says to Luke Skywalker as he reveals that he's his father, it's the wording. People remember it differently to what it was actually in the film. There's lots of different instances of the Mandela Effect. So today, while I was doing some research, I was looking for some photographs of an old rotary dial telephone. So if you're born before the 1980s, you'll probably remember rotary dial telephones, remember using them, all that kind of stuff. If you were born after, then you probably only remember the push tone button ones. I remember the rotary dial ones. Now, my earliest recollection of these type of telephones was that they were kind of cumbersome to use. Put finger in the hole on the rotary dial, you have to push it all the way around, take your finger out, and then wait for the rotary dial to reset itself before dialing the next number, which is why I was always under the impression, which is why here in the UK we adopted 999 as the emergency number, because the number 9 was the first number on the dial, if you're looking at it, top right hand side, because the bar that was across the dial, what stopped your finger from moving the dial any further, that was the first hole, if you like. The first digit was 9. So 1, 2, 3. It was the least time to reset and the quickest number to dial. That was always my recollection growing up as to why here in the UK we have 999 as an emergency number, because the numbers were arranged in counterclockwise, anti-clockwise, highest to lowest. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 0 always used to ring the operator. That was always my recollection. So whilst going and doing some research for rotary dial telephones today, I could not find a single image of an old rotary dial telephone number that had the 9 as the first number. All of the photographs for rotary dial telephone numbers I can find all have the 1 as the first number, and they're arranged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. The later reproduction ones have the hashtag, the pound sign, and the star, the asterisk as well. So if your telephone's got a pound sign or a hashtag and an asterisk, it's a later reproduction. They came in after, along with tone dialing. So that kind of like shook me. All the photographs that I could find of British rotary dial telephones all had the number 1 as the first number. Different to my recollection. Real different to my recollection. I asked my mum and dad if they could remember what position the numbers were on the telephones. They couldn't remember. But then again, they probably can't even remember what day of the week it is, or what they had for dinner today. But that's a different story. So I went digging for more photographs, and I managed to find a photograph of a telephone with the 9 as the first number. But this is a New Zealand telephone. I can't find any British ones. The only telephones I can find with the number in the arrangement that I remember are all from New Zealand. So perhaps I'm remembering from a past life, and maybe in my past life I used to live in New Zealand. It's a strange one, isn't it? So it's Monday. I got back from going to see Mum and Dad this morning. Mum's not feeling very well again. She thinks she may have picked up the cold that I had, then gave to Ian, and then she reckons she's got it now. So yeah, so she's still in her dressing gown and pyjamas. So I've made sure she's got plenty of fluids and that kind of stuff, and the pills and all that kind of thing. So anyway, I've done the shopping, so I've left her quite comfortable. Dad's looking after her. So I said obviously I'll pop back again on Wednesday and see how she's doing. I'll give her a call tomorrow as well, see if they need anything. But this afternoon I've been working on some standalone what I'm going to call rainy day kits. So I'm going to do one of the projects for Wednesday night's video, or I filmed a project for Wednesday night's video, if you like, and I'll show you what it is. It's this one. Can you see the intaglio on the heart? That was done with ultra thick embossing powder and a stamp just stuck in. So what these rainy day kits are, I was recently asked by a long-term friend and customer to design a couple of quick kind of standalone kits that she could use on a play date. It's a crafting date with a friend. They didn't want to do card making, they didn't want to do scrapbooking, and they didn't want to do any journaling, so they wanted to do something different. So I put together this little kit with the heart and the wings and everything that they could put together and paint up and do whatever they wanted with it. They can stick papers on it and paint it and stamp all over it or whatever. And I thought, well, you know, in the past I have done other little project kits like that. If you remember, I did one like this a while ago, and I said if anybody was interested I would actually produce this as a little mini kit that people could buy, and nobody said yes. You know, you win some, you lose some. But I went ahead and did it anyway, so I've still got this as a kit. I didn't use a canvas for the kit. I've actually got a different shape. I think it's a tag, so it's a tag on a tag on the other one that I did for this one. I think, let me just double check, not that it makes much difference to anybody. Was it? Come on, which one? Of course it's going to be the last one, isn't it? No, it's a similar sort of like faux plank shape. So that's the kit, and it will sit on like a 5x7, almost like a 5x7 canvas size. Project is the word I was looking for. So anyway, I was looking around at all the stuff that I'd done, all the different kind of shapes that I'd created for little laser cut kits, and thought, well, I could put stuff together from all different ones and create some little 3D assemblage kind of projects. So yeah, so I sat and did a few, and I think I've got enough to do about 8 or 9. And I'm going to put them together. I'm going to put them on the website, and they're not really going to cost me anything apart from the time it takes to sit and design one and put one together as a sample. And if people then want them, I can just cut to order. It's not a problem. I also did this one. I like that one. I like that one a lot. So I've done a couple already. Like I said, I'm going to film most of them. I'll do them over the next few weeks. And we'll see what happens, whether people like them or not. Only time will tell. So it's about 11:45 on Tuesday, and Ian's just phoned me to let me know that he's now on his way to work. He left the house at 7 this morning, so you may be wondering why it's taken him so long to get to work this morning. Well, he left the house at 7 o'clock this morning. He woke me up before I left and said, as you usually do, you know, have a nice day, all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 I'll call you later. And then about a quarter of an hour later, my phone goes, and I answer the phone, and I went, you don't normally ring me? Because me thinking it's been like 40 minutes or whatever since he's left the house. And he says, no, I'm at the petrol station. So I said, oh, what's happened? So he said, I've put unleaded petrol in the car. It's a diesel car. I said, whoops. Somebody was obviously on autopilot and not really awake this morning. Not a good thing when you're driving. So he says, no. I'm going to have to take the car to the dealership and see if they can flush it, drain it, and all the rest of it, siphon it all out. I said, right, okay, let me know how you get on. So about 20 minutes later, he calls me again. This time it's now about 10 to 8. And he rings me again. He says, right, I'm at the dealership. He said, I took it really, really slow and just limped all the way there. He says, but there's nobody here yet. I said, well, I wouldn't expect there to be anybody there at 10 to 8 in the morning. So he said, I'm going to have to sit here and wait until they open. So I said, right, fair enough. Okay, let me know what happens. So then about 3/4 of an hour later, he calls again and says, right, they're here. They've got the car in. It's probably going to take about 2 hours to get it sorted, and it's going to cost me £200. So obviously I bit my tongue and didn't say anything about it being a very expensive mistake, because, you know, accidents happen and we all make mistakes and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. At least the car isn't damaged. That's all I can say. And he's safe. So nothing bad's happened. It's just an inconvenience. So anyway, like I said, about 5 minutes or so, he gives me a call and he says, right, it's all done, it's all sorted, and I'm on my way to work. So 10 to 12 from 7 o'clock this morning.
Good morning everyone, it's only me. It's now 1 week away from Whitby and we're getting somewhere. I shall turn the camera around and show you. I'm actually making multiple machines at once here, trying to be clever and use my time efficiently. Whether it works or not is a different matter. So welcome to the production line. So we have the stargates at the back, which just need the fronts putting on them, and the little plaques that need engraving still. We've got the sprite identification devices. They're the ones that have the camera lens type thing on the front, similar to that, but they're not quite as bulky. I have the human verifiers, and they have the little frame on that lights up with a skull in. Then we have the dragonfly collectors, and the II machine is nearly complete as well, but we're in a bit of a disarray because we're into lots of things. Oh, and I've made these as well. These are just about finished. These are time window navigation systems. So basically you think where you want to go, you turn it on, there's two little lights, one there and one there, and then you turn the dial and you have to align the orange arrows, which is, there we are, with one hand it's a bit difficult, there we are, and away you go. So yeah, we need to get cracking. A week to go, and of course Mike's coming with me this time, so yeah, lots and lots of things to finish, but also lots of things boxed up already, which is always good. Oh, you think I need to feed him. He's lost a bit of weight.
So I've gone to pick Mum up shopping this morning, and she's poorly, so Dad's come with me instead. So we've been into Home Bargains already, but now we're going into the Aldi supermarket. So he's already gone in, he's already got a trolley. I've just brought our shopping back that we've got in Home Bargains. So now I'm just grabbing some more shopping bags. There we go. And then I'll meet him in there. Bit breezy,
Yeah.
but nice and clear and warm.
What was if we're just going straight forward, then?
Because she was going to open the door.
Should have beep.
Well, it's summer, but we had some spare potatoes in the cupboard. So we are having jacket potatoes with cheese and beans. A true winter staple.
Yes.
In July.
I know, but it's not exactly the warmest of years, has it?
No, it's not, but hey, looks nice. Very nice. Excuse me while I have my dinner.
Somebody's been a bit of a slow coach today. It might be the fact that it's warm, but we have been on a fairly longish walk, but somebody doesn't seem to want to walk anywhere today. Hey, tired? Hey, come on then. Come on, slow coach. Nearly home now. Come on. Come on. Go on. Should make it home by dinner. So today I'm taking the title of the worst doggy daddy ever on the entire planet, in the history of the planet, because Nippy wasn't just dragging his heels for no reason whatsoever. It wasn't that he was tired. It wasn't that he didn't want to go on his WALK. It was because he'd hurt his leg. And I'd not noticed. So if I'd have noticed, I wouldn't have taken him on an epic walk this morning. We actually walked right the way down to the petrol station where Ian did his thing the other day. And then right the way back uphill, so it's a slope, going all the way back up the hill again, all the way past the church, and then back round, back to the estate. If I'd have known he'd hurt his foot or his leg, I wouldn't have made him go on such a long walk. I would have just stuck to taking him out on the green in front of the house, or at the most, just walked him down to the church at the end. I didn't actually realise until after he'd got home, and he was laid in the office, and he was laid funny with his foot tucked underneath him, and I thought, it doesn't normally do that. And when I made him get up, I could see that he was unsteady on his leg, so I've obviously just not noticed that he'd hurt his foot this morning. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.